I'd like to call to order the regular meeting of the Village Board of Trustees for March 13th, 2018. Could you please join us for the pledge? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Village Clerk, would you call the roll, please?
President DeSimone,
Here.
Trustee Carmona. Here. Trustee Franz.
Here.
Trustee Jaworska.
Here.
Trustee Lomax.
Here.
Trustee Penicola.
Here.
Trustee Perez.
Here.
Kevin.
At this time, we will move to public comment. Does anyone wish to address the board? If so, please approach the podium and state your name.
No, I don't have anything.
Your Honor.
Go ahead, Chester.
Go ahead, Chester. Take the podium. Can you please take the podium so our residents at home can hear you?
You're gonna be on TV, Chester.
New haircut.
Yeah, you just wanna tell about your haircut.
My name is Chester Gorniak. I live on Hillside Drive, and I asking you guys, I believe third time, about install monitoring system in our area on Mohawk School, because what they do for us is incredible, because last 14 days they are landing 24 hours a day. It's not, like 7 hours. All night, 1 o'clock. Frankie, he live in this area, he knows what I'm talking about it. Last time you tell us, because Itasca and Wooddale, they have to approve too. Monitoring, because Chicago has to install monitoring. We are not interested about 15 miles triangle, make it average. We are interested where we live, where airplane is touching our roof. That is our point. I don't care about Itasca or Edison, because what they do for us, this is what, I cannot describe, the words, what they do for us. This is disgusting, I understand, it's the business, but they say on TV they're gonna expand, another gates. What's happened gonna be? So I'm asking you again, what is going on with this monitoring, what they say they're gonna install,
I know
Your Honor, if I can respond.
I know we just talked about this last week.
So the monitors, first off, we couldn't agree with you more. That monitor should have been up a long time ago. We've got notes back.
Exactly.
We've got notes back to 2014, 2015 saying that it would be installed. The city of Chicago is the one that needs to install it, and like most things in the city of Chicago, it's not easy to work with them. So we received plans. We have approved the plans. It's the ball's in the city of Chicago's court to install it, and they keep coming up with unique reasons. Scott, do you want to touch on when we actually extended those plans because they were about to expire, and we made them longer?
Yes, the permit plans, I don't recall the dates specifically. It was going to expire. We did extend that permit. We had actually, way back when, approved the permit on the condition that they would get them, fix them up, if you will, to move it along quickly. They did, and then they've just dropped the ball.
Right. So the village has done everything. We've tried to expedite this as best we can. We'll put in another call to the city of Chicago and ask Vildana what's the delay. But we agree, Chester, this is ridiculous. We wanted this to be installed during the last Fly Quiet test, and they delayed it. Now we're in the middle of no test. It won't go up. So,
Mr. Evans, they got a point. They don't want it installed because what they say, they have to install 3 monitoring system, which means because they put average. I'm not interested, and nobody interested on Hillside Drive about average. We live over there, and we need that monitoring constantly what the airplane is touching our roof, That's the point is,
Okay. I have a meeting over with the O'Hare Noise Compatibility Commission on Friday, and I'll make sure to bring that up.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Chester, I'll be there Friday too. So we'll definitely make sure that our voices are heard once again. But I know they started, right? They started and they stopped, and it's nothing but excuses. But you know what they're going to find? They're going to find that our meters are, I agree.
Frankie, they landing 1 o'clock after midnight, 1:30, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, wait a minute, guys,
We're here.
disgusting,
Yeah.
let us find out some more answers on Friday.
Okay, thank you.
Do we have any other People in the audience that wish to address the board?
No.
This will conclude our public comment. Is there a motion to approve the minutes from the February 27th, 2018 board meeting?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Are there any modifications to the minutes? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries and the minutes are approved. The next item of business is to approve the warrant in the amount of hold on one second, $409,892.63. Is there a motion to approve the warrant?
You have a motion?
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion on the warrant? Please call the roll.
Trustee Carmona?
Yes.
Trustee Franz?
Yes.
Trustee Jaworska?
Yes.
Trustee Lomax?
Yes.
Trustee Pena Cola?
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
That's 6.
The motion carries and the warrant is now approved. There are no items on the consent agenda. Moving to administration, resolution to endorse the legislative action program of the DuPage Mayors and Managers Conference for the 2018 legislative session. Is there a motion to approve this resolution?
You have a motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
There being a motion and a second, is there any discussion?
Your Honor, if I may.
Yep.
So the DuPage Mayors and Managers Conference represents all the municipalities within DuPage County. Every year we adopt a legislative action plan, and that is something we take down to Springfield as well as sometimes to the federal government to push initiatives that affect all of our communities equally. So for 2018, we're asking you to adopt a resolution that the legislative action plan includes ensuring sustainable municipal budgets, supporting a financially sustainable public safety pension system, preserving local authority, empowering local taxpayers regardless of population, and reforming the Workers' Compensation Act to prevent abuse. So this resolution will help our lobbyists and our state legislators know that we are all standing together on this. Within DuPage County, there are over 1 million residents, so if we can all unite, it helps our voice be heard louder.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Please call the roll.
Trustee Carmona?
Yes.
Trustee Franz?
Yes.
Trustee Jaworska?
Yes.
Trustee Lomax?
Yes.
Trustee Pena Cola?
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
That's 6.
The motion carries and the resolution is approved. Community and Economic Development Committee, we do not have a report today. Under Finance, there's an ordinance abating the tax heretofore levied for the year 2017 to pay debt service on $9,945,000. Extra zero in there, no? No, I'm right. $9,945,000. Service, Series 2017A General Obligation Bonds, alternate revenue source of the Village of Bensonville, Counties of Cook and DuPage, Illinois. Is there a motion to the ordinance?
You have a motion.
Do I have a second on the motion?
Second.
There being a motion and a second, is there any discussion?
Amit, can you briefly describe the abatement process and why we do this?
Sure, Mr. President and the trustees, as you guys might know, we did the bond refunding in December 2017, and we were successful in saving $750,000. But those were new bonds that we had to issue. Normally, we do abate all the bonds as part of our budget process, but this was done after the budget. So this is the only issuance that we did not budget as part of our, abate as part of our budgeting process. So if we don't abate this now, there will be an extra $378,000 property tax will be levied from all the residents, and we don't want to do that. So by doing this abatement, we will be giving $378,000 back to our property taxpayers. It will be less on their bill.
So this is a win for property taxpayers. This allows us to use alternate revenue sources to pay off these bonds.
Any other discussion? Please call the roll.
Trustee Carmona? Yes. Trustee Franz?
Yes.
Trustee Jaworska?
Yes.
Trustee Lomax?
Yes.
Trustee Pena Cola?
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
That's 6.
Motion carries and ordinance is approved. Police Department has no report under Public Works. Resolution authorizing the execution of a contract with Green Horizon Landscaping LLC for the Senior Disabled Grass Cutting Program. Is there a motion to approve this resolution?
You have a motion?
Do I have a second?
Second.
There being a motion and a second, is there any discussion?
Your Honor, do you want to talk about the initiative and then Joe can go into details?
Well, as part of one of our campaign issues was we were going to bring more services to the seniors. We did so with the snow plowing program, and we're going to do so with the grass cutting program. I know Joe and staff and Evan and I, we've been kind of beating each other up over this and how to come up with a comparable yet suitable dollar amount, I guess, for everybody involved. And I think we have reached a pretty decent a la carte full of services. So go ahead, Joe, tell us what we have.
Great. Well, actually, at our last board meeting is when we approved the guidelines in the program itself. Today on the agenda, we have a couple of contractors we're looking to utilize for this program. But the program itself is intended to provide a low-cost solution to our senior residents and our disabled residents who don't have another means for cutting grass in the summertime. The program will include a basic program that will cost a resident $7.50 per cut. The village will be subsidizing another $7.50 per cut as part of our 50/50 program, so the total cost to the contractor is $15 to do the cutting each week. We've added a couple of a la carte items that would be edging of the sidewalks, the driveways, patios, et cetera, the hardscape as we call it. So they would be basically weed whipping and edging off those hardscape items. That's an additional $250 to the resident, $250 of subsidy by the village, and a $5 total cost to the contractor. And then the second a la carte item is a bagging option. So the standard option, they will basically be cutting and mulching the grass back into the lawn. If the resident would prefer that they bag those grass clippings and take those grass clippings away, it's kind of a preference thing. They can pay another $2.50. We would pay $2.50, and it's $5 to the contractor. So this really is a true 50/50 cost share program for our residents, our seniors, and our disabled. A letter will be hitting the mailboxes of all of our senior water bill residents here this week, hopefully. That'll explain the program in detail, have an application form in there, some rules and regulations to abide by and sign off on, and we'll be gladly accepting those applications here as soon as they start coming in. So that's the basic program. Included in that standard program I wanted to add too is if you get signed up here in the spring, we'll do a kind of a complimentary spring cleanup as part of that program. So the first time that they're out there, they'll blow out some of the leaves, twigs, things like that, pick those up, bag everything, and take it away. And then also as part of the standard option is in the month of October when the leaves start coming down, they will bag the grass clippings automatically and the leaves and take those off-site as well. So that's kind of the typical standard program with those two a la carte options.
Joe, I want to thank you and your staff for putting all the hard work into this. It's a lot of information, and Joe's staff is fully competent and well prepared to answer questions. So if you guys encounter a resident or if anyone at home or here has a question, call Public Works. Their staff is more than ready to help you.
And just like with the snow plow program, it's our first year doing it. We're gonna work out the kinks and bugs and bumps and bruises. I think we did pretty well with the snow plowing program. This will probably be a little easier to kind of maintain because we don't have to wait for X amount of inches of grass to grow. We're just gonna be out there every week, and then possibly during the summer months, we might scale it back a little bit, right?
Correct. We put that in the contract and the guidelines as well, that at the village's discretion, we may spread out those cuttings in the middle of the summer. Obviously, I don't want to charge residents any money if they're not really cutting that much grass, if it's not growing very long. So we'll make that decision. We'll let everybody know via phone call, email, letters, or something like that we're doing it. And then also the other thing is if it rains, I'm assuming that these contractors are going to want to cut the grass on the same day every week. If it does rain and they can't get to it, it'll probably just come the next day or the next possible day that they can, and then get right back on schedule. So I know that's probably going to be a common question that we get from residents. I don't know what day they're going to do it. I don't anticipate we're going to, pick the days. They're just going to put their schedules together. We're looking at having 2 contractors do it. We think that, with the snow plowing, we needed 3 because of the time issue of it. We wanted to make sure everything was done within 12 hours. For a snow cutting, it's kind of a standard scheduling program for them every week. So we feel 2 contractors will be sufficient. We're anticipating anywhere between 50 and 100 applications. So we'll probably split the town up in a north-south or some other mechanism that kind of equally spreads it out between the 2 different contractors. So it worked well for us in the snow plowing, and we're expecting it to work well as the grass cutting as well.
Thanks again, Joe.
Yep.
Any questions? Please call the roll.
Trustee Carmona?
Yes.
Trustee Franz?
Yes.
Trustee Jaworska?
Yes.
Trustee Lomax?
Yes.
Trustee Penicola?
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
That's 6.
The motion carries and the resolution is approved. Number 2 is a resolution authorizing the execution of a purchase order with Westside Tractor Sales for the repair of a 2014 John Deere 410 TK backhoe, which is Bensville number 267, in the not-to-exceed amount of $25,000. Is there a motion to approve this resolution?
You have a motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
There being a motion and a second, is there any discussion? And I know there is. So, do you want me to start or do you want to start?
I can start if you guys
You
want to split
start.
the baby. So this is one of our backhoes that has been damaged. and some discussions with Joe as well as the mayor, I'm going to recommend to the board that you give me the authorization to execute this repair. But also, before we do that, I'm going to go and have Joe shop around some second estimates or try to get some other quotes, see if we can reduce that price or see if we can actually cover it under warranty. So I'm just seeking the authority now, and then we'll come back to the board if we were able to change something.
Because technically, the machine is under warranty,
It is under warranty.
but
We
the
need
place that we took it to says it's not warrantable work.
correct. So we're going to try to
Not that we're calling anybody a liar, we just don't believe them.
get a second opinion.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So we're gonna ship it out to see if what we could do.
So if you guys just give me the authority, we can expedite this, but we'll make sure to go see if we can get a second opinion before we execute it.
Is there any other discussion? Please call the roll.
Trustee Carmona? Yes. Trustee Franz?
Yes.
Trustee Jaworska?
Yes.
Trustee Lomax?
Yes.
Trustee Pena Cola?
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
That's 6.
Motion carries and the resolution is approved. Number 3 is a resolution authorizing the execution of a contract with Tomas Herrera Landscaping for the Senior Disabled Grass Cutting Program. Is there a motion to approve this resolution?
You have a motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
There being a motion and a second, is there any discussion, which I'm assuming is the same as the last one? May I have a roll call, please?
Trustee Carmona? Trustee Franz?
Yes.
Trustee Jaworska?
Yes.
Trustee Lomax?
Yes.
Trustee Pena Cola?
Yes.
Trustee Perez?
Yes.
That's 6.
Motion carries and the resolution is approved. We do not have any reports under recreation. Moving on to presidential remarks, a couple things I like to say is honor flight. Very, very impressed. Todd, thank you very much again for an awesome display. I mean, it was great. Feds won, but I mean, what are we gonna do? Next time we gotta maybe rig it a little better, make one net smaller than the other or something. I had a good time. I met a lot of veterans. I know a lot of us that attended it. It looked well attended. I don't know what more we can do to bring them in, but thanks again for all of the staff's work and the time you put in over there. Also, our Easter egg, our Easter bunny celebration on the the 31st of March?
Yep.
That'll be over at the ice cream shop. We meet the Easter Bunny, take some pictures, and for a low cost, we'll have lunch with the Easter Bunny. I know our Facebook commercial, so to speak, has like 7,500 views or something like that. And just for the record, every time I walk down the stairs, no matter where I'm at, I hear that music playing as I'm walking down the stairs and that bunny giggling. But we have a great staff downstairs that put that together, and they have fun with it. I had fun with it, and it seems to be a hit in the village right now. That's all I have. Village Manager, you have a report for me?
Yes, I have a couple items. I'm going to start off by handing it over to Chief Cosman to talk about the upcoming Neighborhood Watch meeting that we have.
Mr. President, members of the board, we have our monthly Neighborhood Watch meeting this Thursday at 7 o'clock. It's at the police department, and the topic that we're going to have this week is the anticipated effects of legalization of recreational marijuana in Illinois. As you know, there is recreational marijuana already laws enacted in at least 3 states, and they've had some effects that we'll discuss and what people can expect if it comes here to Illinois. So that's going to be our topic, along with our going over our logs. We also then next week, Thursday, is the Spanish version of that presentation. So the general public's invited to attend and learn something about the trends in policing.
And just to follow up on the mayor's comments for the Easter egg and the Easter bunny on March 31st, prior to that, on March 24th, we always try to have some unique experiences here in the village of Bensonville. So I don't know anywhere else you can go over to the Aquatic Edge and go Easter egg hunting in the pool. So if that's your fancy, you can join us there. If not, we'd love to see everyone on March 31st for the Easter bunny. That is all I have.
Do we have a village attorney report?
I have no report, Mr. President.
Is there any unfinished business to come before the board tonight? Is there any new business to come before the board tonight? Is there need for executive session?
There is not, Mr. President.
Is there a motion to adjourn the meeting?
You have a motion?
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries. We are adjourned. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.